All right, we are live. Make sure my settings are good. Mic check, mic check. All right, right on. Welcome everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wasn't planning on going live. I just finished up a video and was going to take a break, and I started getting messages about Joshua Zimmerman, who we actually just featured on Monday. And apparently they have him cornered, or he's barricaded in a restaurant, a pizza parlor or something. And so I have the press conference, which is like just a couple of minutes. We also have the radio scanner. Let me pull that up. So we have that.
You're going to head over to Adams?
No, what's going on? What's the address in Adams?
33 East.
So we have that.
All right, sorry. 180 Ida supposed to be over there right now. If they're not busy helping out with the job and the Art Institute. And I just picked up 180 John. I'm going to take him over there.
Anyway, so we have that. But let's quickly just recap what's going on real quick. Thank you for everybody coming in. Please hit that like button. And it's so weird. This guy's been on the run. What is it? Day 60. I covered it on day 66. Josh Zimmerman, who's above me, very bad man. He escaped. He's got quite the rap sheet. Sadly, I was cleaning my computer, so I deleted all the files I had on him. But we'll just briefly go over him a little bit. But this Joshua Zimmerman, I think he is 30. He turns 31 on August 24th, so I think it's 4 days for him his birthday. But anyway, this guy grew up in Connecticut, built a nasty rap sheet. You name it, he's done it. A lot of stuff I can't even mention on YouTube, but very terrible, very dangerous, a gang member. And let's face he's held up at... So here's just some footage from earlier today. I don't know what time they actually had discovered that he was there. Like I said, this is all just kind of breaking information, but let me clear that real quick. So this is just a short clip, just kind of showing you where he's at. If anybody knows the address, want to put it in the chat so we can look up where he's at, that would be awesome. So this looks like a gourmet Chinese, but they said pizza parlor, so maybe this is connected. And they also mentioned a mall as well. I believe the standoff is still going. You see, we got a bunch of SWAT teams here. They may be clearing out, neighboring businesses. I'm assuming that's what's going on. Even though this building here that they're looking at is a Chinese restaurant, as we can see, gourmet Chinese. They were saying something like a pizza parlor. And mention a mall as well. So I'm not 100% sure on the address. If anybody knows, you can put it in the chat. We'll look that up. If not, I'll see if I can. Seafood restaurant? Yeah, I'm not sure. This actually looks like a grocery store right there, because there's got shopping carts. But again, I've got the scanner. I'm also, while we listen to the scanner, I'm going to see if I can find this address, or at least somewhere nearby. But so that's just a shot of earlier today. I'm not going to go through all of this because we want to keep up to date. But if you don't know who this man is, we're just going to go a little bit over his history here. But he's wanted for first-degree murder. Again, he built a rap sheet in Connecticut where he grew up. Real nasty. I mean, does this one have it? This isn't the same one that, well, it has a few of them. Yeah. So, like I said, this right here is just part of his rap sheet. But in the more recent news, last year, he was in Houston, Texas. And he ended up staying at a hotel, and he was with his girlfriend, Kiana Mercer. And this guy, I guess he does tattoos, and He's a barber as well, I guess. But, of course, also a gang member. And anyway, the story goes is that the girlfriend was getting suspicious because apparently I believe he was on the run again because he had cut off his ankle bracelet for previous crimes in Connecticut. And anyway, she was kind of looking up stuff and got suspicious of him. And so sadly, he shot her in the head. And so, and since he did tattoos, apparently he actually had tattooed Zimmerman on her head. So they knew, they kind of had a lead on who the suspect was. From there, he fled, but then they would capture him on the 27th of last year, September 27th. And then, for some reason, he was taken to DeSoto, Mississippi, which is still a mystery. And while there, he went to court, and this is what happened.
Other headlines to get to today, a man accused.
And then, like I said, we'll listen to the scanner and
Killing
stuff.
a woman in Houston is on the run after escaping police custody over in Mississippi.
Now the U.S. Marshals are involved in a search for this man, being referred to as a career criminal. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield is live with how he was able to get away from authorities. Micah?
Well, Joshua Zimmerman was pretty much able to just walk out of the doors of the DeSoto County Courthouse in Mississippi. And speaking with the district attorney there, he told me he's not gotten a real answer on how this happened, but he says it is imperative that Zimmerman is caught because of just how dangerous he is. That's 30-year-old Joshua Zimmerman you see here. This photo was in the midst of his big escape from the courthouse in DeSoto County, Mississippi on Friday. Notice he's in street clothes. That's because District Attorney Matthew Barton says he was able to change clothes and remove his wrist and ankle shackles and walk out. Zimmerman was picked up there by police in September for a number of charges, including attempted murder and armed robbery. Friday, he was headed to court in a line of inmates when he somehow was able to break free inside the courthouse without being noticed, changed clothes, and left. The plan was to extradite him back to Harris County at some point for a September 2023 murder case. He's accused of killing 23-year-old Kiana Mercer at the Red Carpet Inn in Southwest Houston. Charging documents in that case say Zimmerman was known to use fake identities and move from state to state. U.S. Marshals say he has ties to Memphis and Connecticut. You've seen in this story photos of Zimmerman with different looks based on his beard and his hairstyle. It's not known how he looks now since he's been on the run.
Be curious to see.
There's a $10,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. Micah.
So yeah, apparently he's been known to cross-dress just to, hide his identity. There's even, did I grab it? Oh, I didn't grab it off the internet, but there's even, they've got a bunch of different posters, and one of them has, a bunch of his potential ID or disguises that he could be in. All right, so let's, before we get to the scanner, one last thing. This was posted about an hour ago. It's just about 4 minutes long.
Justin Smith, I'm the Chief Deputy of the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office. JUSTIN SMITH. Everybody good? Okay. So since June 14th,
Tammy, you're
Joshua
awesome.
Zimmerman's remained at large as an escapee from our courthouse. For the past 68 days, multiple law enforcement agencies have been trying to locate and apprehend him. This afternoon, we received information from the United States Marshal Service that they located Zimmerman in a restaurant in Chicago, Illinois. He's currently barricaded inside that restaurant and surrounded by the Chicago SWAT team. It's an ongoing event, and we don't have any further information at this time about the actual events happening right now. We'd like to thank the Hernando Police Department, the South Haven Police Department, the Shelby.
Okay, so while this plays, I'm going to actually pull up the address because obviously we don't need to look at his face. Handsome guy, but we're just going to listen to the audio while I pull up the address. Thank you so much, Tammy.
County Sheriff's Office, the Memphis Police Department, the United States Marshal Service, and the Chicago Police Department for their assistance throughout this prolonged event. We ask the community to pray for everybody on the scene and for a safe ending and everybody return home safely, including Zimmerman, who we would like to have back into our detention facility so that we can gather the remaining facts surrounding his escape. As soon as we're informed of the outcome, as well as any information we can release surrounding the facts of the escape, we'll do so. I can take a few questions at the time, but I really don't have much about what's going on in Chicago.
Any idea if he's armed?
Not to my knowledge. We know that he's by himself in there. There's no innocent civilians. It's only Zimmerman inside the building.
Do you have a name of the restaurant?
No, sir.
You said a pizza parlor?
That's a restaurant.
Okay.
Yeah. I really don't know.
Is the plan to bring him after he's captured, bring him right back here?
Our plan is to start extradition, and we're praying that he's captured and we can bring him back here and get facts.
Okay, so it's like a mini mall, so it's not an actual mall, but I'd seen in some report, or I think he might even mention in here somewhere, but they mentioned a mall, so I was like, oh, interesting. That's kind of scary, but looks like a mini mall, just kind of outside, bunch of stores. Again, thank you so much, Tammy. It may be a seafood place. Okay, yeah, we'll look around. We'll listen to this. I think there's about 2 more minutes left to answer a couple more questions.
Did the task force behind this say or mention anything about tips that have been coming to y'all?
No, sir.
That had led to this?
No, sir. Those are all questions for the Marshal Service. They're the ones on the ground with the Chicago Police Department. Clearly, this is well outside of our jurisdiction, but the Marshals provided us an update, and we wanted to pass that on to the public immediately.
When did they let you know this afternoon?
About an hour and a half ago.
There.
I think it was going on for about an hour before we were made aware.
There's been a picture floating around on social media of Zimmerman allegedly in the courthouse, no handcuffs on. Does the sheriff's office have a comment on that? Is that a real picture?
Yeah, that picture's real. That picture's real from the escape. It's a screenshot of the video.
Okay. Is there any investigation into that, him not having the handcuffs on?
Man, we've been investigating this for 68 days along with multiple other organizations. That's why we're excited to actually get a chance to sit down with Zimmerman and get some more facts.
Any idea how he got to Chicago?
No, sir.
Any idea where he was
already
in
have.
between?
No, sir.
Given he's wanted in so many states, do you think that you'll come here next? I mean, or Texas, or?
I really don't know. That's going to be up to meet out between different
that's the pizza.
Districts. But I do know we will be talking to him. We will get facts.
Is there any update into the investigation into his actual escape? I know at one point I believe his family members were people of interest in that.
Yeah, I mean, all of that's going to be on the federal side. I mean, there's been a federal component of this, a local and a state component of the investigation of his escape. So the things that happened in Connecticut, I believe that's what you're speaking to, is his mother. I do know that she was a person of interest at some point. I do not know the outcome of that.
Interesting.
Anything else you want to say to the public? Why you have their attention?
Oh, thank you, Geneva.
We appreciate the patience of the public, and we've been intentionally quiet on this, waiting on facts to roll in. We try not to lob careless accusations in the public space when we don't have facts to speak to. So when we do get facts, those will be addressed accordingly.
I guess one more question. As you start the, questioning process, what are you guys looking for when it comes to when he does get into your custody?
I'm sorry. I mean, we just want to talk to him. We want to find out what happened.
Gotcha.
I mean, we're parsing together information, and he's the center of that puzzle. So having him in our hands will give us some really good leads on how all of this transpired, and if he did have assistance or, any facts that we just don't know right now. There's only so much we can do without talking to him.
Can you speak to the scale of the interest surrounding this case? I mean, this has gotten coverage, major networks everywhere. Dog the Bounty Hunter got involved. I mean, it's gripped a lot of people's interest.
Yes, sir. It's a big deal. We're excited. Sheriff Tuggle's excited to get an opportunity to walk him back into our detention facility.
All good? Good? Thank you, gentlemen, and
thank y'all.
Okay, so if you're just coming in, just a quick recap. This is Joshua James Zimmerman's gone by. He has tons of different aliases. Very dangerous man. We're on day 68, correct? Because I was doing 66, and that was 2 days ago. or was that Sunday? One of them, 67, 68, way longer than this guy should have been captured much sooner, but he had connections. So yeah, he escaped out of the courthouse of DeSoto, Mississippi. Luckily got a ride from a Good Samaritan, they call. And DeSoto, Mississippi is real close to the border of Tennessee and Memphis. And it's literally a 20-minute drive, 20 miles away. And this guy just drove him to Memphis. So he was across state lines almost before they even knew he was missing, which is pretty wild. Let's pull up the scanner here, listen to a little bit while we look at the address. See if there's anything going on. Right now it's kind of quiet, but I want to pull up that video one more time here. So this is the only video we have right now that I've found.
172, your status?
Oh,
172, we are behind the bike line.
Where would that be?
Approximately Clinton and Adams, facing west now.
Yeah,
Clinton and Adams. So you didn't get to that disturbance they had in your stacking?
10-4 squad, we was headed that way, and boom, there's the protest folks.
Talking about the
Okay,
protest.
that's all I need to know. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's in the right spot so when midnight comes up here, they're not confused.
10-4 squad, I appreciate it.
So here we see them all kind of stationed out there, and we see. So that's the T-Mobile building.
And 171, I still have those couple jobs that were in your stack.
171, copy that. Get some.
Or Metro PSCS, which is the same.
114.
So
114. Whatever happened with that 175 North Harbor Drive missing person, 2802?
We're here now, love. We taking care of it.
Just a tad.
Okay.
Got you.
What was that? Susie says, "What makes them think he's still in there?" They clearly have him surrounded. They mentioned that.
Release 143, so they can go take a quick break.
They didn't specify which building.
Okay, 10-4.
As you can see, it's kind of a mini mall. There's a picture, again, in this video. This is the only video I could find. Obviously, it's probably taken a couple hours ago. But as far as I know, they have him surrounded, but they haven't captured him yet. I'm wondering if he's armed, though. I mean, that kind of, this kind of person, I'm assuming, would be packing. But as we can see, there's the Chinese restaurant here, which is this one here. And then there's kind of a shot where, and that's the Metro PCS, and then that must be the Pete's Fresh Market there that they're clearing out. So I wonder what, I heard pizza parlor. Like the guy, when we just listened to the little short press conference, he mentioned pizza parlor, which I'm assuming would be Domino's. But again, I don't know. If anybody knows in the chat, has heard anything like this local out there. The scanner's still on. I kind of turned it down just a tit so that way I could talk. And we almost got 300 people in here. Thank you guys so much.
7351.
7351.
Disregard.
I'll kind of recap here in a little bit if you don't know what's going on. But in a nutshell, Joshua Zimmerman, who is up there, has been on the run since June 14th. He escaped out of DeSoto, Mississippi. One second here. I was gonna. All right, so that's still going. So yeah, he killed his girlfriend in Houston last year, September.
4916.
Yeah, I believe in September.
4916.
And then shortly after, they would.
4916, are you aware that street lights in Michigan from Van Buren to Jackson are out?
No, but we can notify them and let them know. You said the street lights, like the overhead street lights?
10-4.
They would arrest him shortly after. And then for some reason, they took him to DeSoto, Mississippi. And then...
Traffic stop, Erie in Michigan.
Traffic stop.
10-4, you good?
And as you can see, he was going to court. And I guess under his
1832.
jumpsuit, you know, the typical jumpsuits they have a white shirt.
I saw you're at 805 North LaSalle, 805 North LaSalle. Someone threw a smoke grenade and it's smoking.
Smoke grenade. And he also had pajamas on, but they looked like just kind of like pants. And then he had like what they call, you know, basically slippers, flip-flops or Crocs, shower shoes. That's what it is. And then he had like a folder, you know, and so it just looked like a regular guy, you know, just going to court. That's not an inmate. And he just walked right out of there. And he went to a nearby gas station, and just some random guy gave him a ride all the way to Memphis, Tennessee. It's only 20 miles away, and they didn't know until about 6 minutes since he had escaped. So he already had a head start, was probably halfway to the border of Mississippi and Tennessee. Last sighting was June 15th. Since then, there has been nothing on this guy. He has been a ghost. And now he is in Chicago, Illinois, so it looks like he went north. And finally, they have him barricaded at this little mini mall here. Christina says it was an inside job. Yeah, if we get a chance, if it slows down, I'll play that clip again. The footage from him escaping was deleted. They supposedly had a hard copy and a copy in the cloud, and both of those are gone. So
812.
looks like Dog.
You're at Chicago and LaSalle, sure.
Dog the Bounty Hunter had posted, because he got involved in this as well. No, I was looking, actually. I did. If anybody knows, you know, maybe I will look here in just a minute. It seems because, you know, there's protests going on in Chicago. I feel like maybe
132.
a lot of the reporters are
Criminal damage to property over at 20 North Clark, per Charlie 8100. They were tagging on this building.
Sorry, I forgot my, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, let's listen to the scanner.
812.
You can disregard any other units here and wave them off. Witness said it went off in the middle of the street, someone ran it over their car and put it out, so there's nothing over here.
Good car. Okay, anybody responding 805 North LaSalle can take a disregard.
What's been the smoke bomb? Anyway, Oh, the protests. Yeah, so I'm assuming probably a lot of the reporters are over checking out the protests going on. I'll be honest, I haven't really kept up to date with the
112.
protests. I try not to cover a lot of political stuff.
112.
Hey, you're right over here. If you could check the stop for me at 53 West Jackson. 53 West Jackson, too many migrants blocking the sidewalk, divvy bikes. They're smoking weed and loitering.
Halfway.
Oh.
And units of one, I got an
perimeter.
EMS call still, 65 East Wacker,
Interesting.
65 East Wacker. And there was a male black rolling on the ground. It looks like ambulance 11 needs CPD. This patient is acting erratic.
They've got that blocked off.
1899.
1899.
Can you have X-ray 1886? Give me a ring in the office, Sergeant Maloney.
1880, X-ray 1886.
So Nick the Hat put up a thing where
X-ray
they're
1886 to
got him barricaded.
give 1899 a call. X-ray 1886 to call 1899 in the station.
So it looks like they have this all barricaded. So he's in one of these buildings. Again, we don't know. Is he in the fresh market? Is he in the pizza place? Still don't know.
141.
141.
I kind of wonder if he's in this fresh market.
711 Lake and Wells.
Not part of the fresh market. Yeah, that's their loading dock right there. So that's the back of it. Interesting. So they've got this street here barricaded, this street here barricaded, and then this one here. I'm assuming then they probably have units back there somewhere as well. He's at the Seafood Junction next to the T-Mobile store. Seafood Junction. Yeah, everybody says seafood, so
1820.
1820.
okay, so we got Chinese, we got
10-4.
oh, sorry, I'm trying to look for the good lord, there's the epidemic of barricaded, yeah. Yeah, convention, protests, and now standoff. Yeah, all in Chicago. That's crazy. Seafood place though. Am I missing this? Let's see. This is October 2018. So this is kind of old. So some of these stores could be different. Yeah, this is what, 4 years old? 6 years. Interesting. Next to the T-Mobile, huh? Oh, I see it. Seafood Junction. Okay. Oh, so it took over the nail salon. Okay, so he's in. All right, I got it now. I understand. Okay, why is it not letting me do it? Okay, so I understand where he's at. So, why is all this shit coming up? This building here is a seafood place, so he's in this one. I'm just going to play this one more time. Oh, so there's the seafood. Okay. Oh, wait. No, that's weird. They moved it. They moved the buildings. Okay, so this is T-Mobile. So they kind of moved this over, and then there's a seafood thing here.
Transport and one for CVV.
2126 on the time.
Okay. All right, that lines up because we got the trees, so we'd have the parking lot right here. Okay, that makes sense. So I just kind of moved some stuff over. I mean, Metro PCS, for anybody who doesn't know, is T-Mobile. It's just offshoot them. So it looks like they moved their building over. So it is this building here. And it's a seafood place. Seafood Junction. That's why I was confused. I'm like, I don't see it.
1812.
Well,
Theft in progress, 2004 North Halstead, 2004 North Halstead.
Oh,
You
yeah,
complained regarding
definitely.
a male
Yeah, be
Hispanic
careful.
6'1" white t-shirt came on a bike and is stealing inside the 7-Eleven. Need a sergeant for Garland and Lake and Garland. I have ambulance 11 requesting for a sergeant.
Yeah, people
Just
hear
regarding that EMS at 65 East Wacker.
people hear Zimmerman
120.
because obviously George Zimmerman, Trayvon Martin was such a a controversial thing. Just very
Any sergeant available in 1 for Garland and Lake?
just a terrible thing. So yeah, when people hear Zimmerman, they
120.
think George, but yeah, no relation to that case or the Zimmermans.
120. Are you available for this Garland and Lake?
There is no live right now, April. If there is, I looked at it before I went live. We've got a scanner going. Unfortunately, Nick the Hat, usually
Charlie 207 on the zone.
he's on it, but of course I don't think he was
sorry,
because
you
we
didn't
didn't know where.
Charlie 207.
They didn't know where he was at.
Charlie 207.
The last place he was seen was Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, we're right around the corner from Garland. I'm like, what did you have there?
I have ambulance 11 that's requesting for a sergeant. I guess they had a combative patient or patient that's acting erratic. Trying to get a sergeant to...
They were specifically asking for a sergeant?
So crazy.
Yeah, that's all it says.
120, sorry.
120. Can you head over to 65 East Wacker?
Alright,
Ambulance?
I'm sure your board is pretty busy. Can we just send a car there and see if they actually need a supervisor first before we send
These
one?
poor guys are probably
That's
so
okay with
busy
you?
right now.
I'll find a car.
Yeah, let's hope he's not armed.
Okay, 171.
171.
Can you head over here, 65 East Wacker, see what's going on?
But why haven't they gone in and just taken him, So it makes me wonder.
And now I'm getting a CISPO, Monroe and Canal and Monroe. Car 5 is asking for first district car ASAP, Monroe and Canal.
I have been looking.
124, we have that way. Awesome, thank you.
I've been looking on Facebook. There's just nobody right now. Hopefully somebody... I mean, I'm sure they're shooing away anybody that comes close to that area.
141.
141.
Hey, squad. We were just there at the 7-Eleven, and there's a male black wearing all black. It's a zebra. He's wearing a book bag for the most part. I was told by someone else that was walking out of the store that he keeps bothering people. When we pulled up, what do you call it? He went northbound on Lake.
Oh,
He's
thanks,
left the
Melissa.
scene and everything, but if you do get a call from that location, it's going to be most likely
It probably is, yeah.
Okay, 10-4.
1881.
1881.
Yeah, usually Nick
Hey,
the
I
Hat...
killed myself, Adam, Charlie, and Henry outside of town on a post, please.
Nick the Hat would be on it, but of course with Joshua Zimmerman, it was much different from Danilo Cavalcante because, you know, we knew where Cavalcante was, you know, so he was on the scene. But with Josh, if you don't know, he escaped June 14th, last seen June 15th, and that's it. So it's been months since he's been seen, and that was in Memphis, Tennessee. So, and then they had all these different states that he could be in. I don't know if it says it in this one here or not. It doesn't look like this one talks about it, but I mean, we're talking like 8 different states.
180 Adam.
Even more.
We're over here on Blacker checking into that call about the man being down. We've already taken care of it, so we're going to go ahead and do a 19 call on that.
I'm sorry, which location was that for?
But again, yeah, this guy's very dangerous.
180 Adam, which location was that for?
It would not surprise me if this guy's armed.
65 East Wacker. Okay, they also gave Garland and Lake. Was there anybody right over there?
Honor Seeker, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well.
We are.
Okay, yeah, because that's the new location that the ambulance gave was Garland and Lake. I have 171 going over there. I'm not disregarding them until they check it out.
Would I ever go on a manhunt? We'd love to see you and Nick team up. Oh, I appreciate that.
1812 is giving a slowdown over on their job at 2004 North Halstead 711.
But no, I if I have time, I like to go search for the missing. That's what I'm into.
Citywide 1.
I'm sure that would be very thrilling, though.
Chicago and State. They started at 22 East Chicago with 7352. They're now over by the McDonald's.
Let me get a car over by Chicago and State in Chicago. 1832, 1834.
34.
34.
It's not the same.
Thank you, and 1832 as well.
I keep checking Facebook.
1844, you can show us going as well.
10-4.
I'll play a couple things if you missed it earlier. We got 300 people in here.
1824.
Let's just recap right now. I'll keep this low. Try to kind of keep a ear on it. But for those that kind of don't know the whole story, I'm just going to quickly recap it here. So Joshua Zimmerman has a bunch of different aliases, got you know, bunch of connections. Sorry, I'm just going to stop this. And grew up in Connecticut, built a nasty rap sheet. You name it, he's probably done it. You know, up to homicide. He had just gotten out for some stuff with Connecticut, and then in Houston, Texas, he had a girlfriend, and he ended up shooting her in the head because she was looking into his past and had realized, you know, what he had done, which is really odd because it's kind of similar to the Danilo Cavalcante, which, you know, he had killed his girlfriend. So really strange kind of connection that. But unlike Danilo Cavalcante, obviously Joshua, you know, knows the states and has connections, you know, in multiple states. That's what makes him more dangerous. And then, of course, now that he is, you know, with the charges that he has on him, you know, he's facing the death penalty. So that means, you know, and they put him as a threat level 3. But anyway, after killing his girlfriend in September of last year, they caught him shortly after and then took him to DeSoto, Mississippi, which that's, you know, that's a story in itself. And this is what happened from that.
Gets in today. A man accused of killing a woman in Houston is on the run after escaping police custody over in Mississippi.
Now the U.S. Marshals are involved in a search for this man, being referred to as a career criminal. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield is live with how he was able to get away from authorities. Micah?
Well, Joshua Zimmerman was pretty much able to just walk out of the doors of the DeSoto County Courthouse in Mississippi. And speaking with the district attorney there, he told me he's not gotten a real answer on how this happened, but he says it is imperative that Zimmerman is caught because of just how dangerous he is. That's 30-year-old Joshua Zimmerman you see here. This photo was in the midst of his big escape from the courthouse in DeSoto.
So apparently, from what they say, is so they have like the jumpsuit on, you know, the orange jumpsuit, and you know, he was handcuffed. And according to the sheriff there, says that he somehow manipulated it. The handcuffs got out of him, got out of the jumpsuit. And I guess this is what's under the jumpsuit, but you know, do they have beanies too? You know, and these are supposedly pajamas. I mean, in another picture where he's standing outside, they do look a little bit more kind of like thermal, you know, thermal pants or whatever, thermal pajamas. And then the kind of Crocs for shoes. But you know, see, he's wearing he's carrying a folder, so he just looks like a, you know, a regular citizen, just maybe, you know, doing some court stuff, and he walks right out. But the footage would be deleted, physical copy and the copy that was in the cloud, and this was definitely an inside job.
County, Mississippi on Friday. Notice he's in street clothes. That's because District Attorney Matthew Barton says he was able to change clothes and remove his wrist and ankle shackles and walk out. Zimmerman was picked up there by police in September for a number of charges, including attempted murder and armed robbery. Friday, he was headed to court in a line of inmates when he somehow was able to break free inside the courthouse without being noticed, changed clothes, and left. The plan was to extradite him back to Harris County at some point for a September 2023 murder case. He's accused of killing 23-year-old Kiana Mercer at the Red Carpet Inn in Southwest Houston. Charging documents in that case say Zimmerman was known to use fake identities and move from state to state. U.S. Marshals say he has ties to Memphis and Connecticut. You've seen in this story photos of Zimmerman with different looks based on his beard and his hairstyle. It's not known how he looks now since he's been on the run, but there's a $10,000 reward for information that leads to his arrest. Micah Hatfield, ABC 13.
Yeah, he does. And RWhip, thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting this channel. You are so awesome. You are a legend. Thank you so much. So that's just a little brief thing on that. And I showed Google Earth. For those that don't know, DeSoto, Mississippi is literally right close to the border of Tennessee. And then you have Memphis, you know, which is a big city. And it's only a 20-minute drive between the two. So when he walked out of that courthouse, he went to a nearby gas station, and there just happened to be a guy that, you know, they call a good Samaritan, and gave him a ride to Memphis, Tennessee, which is only 20 minutes. They said by the time they figured out that he was missing, it was already 6 minutes had passed. So this guy was probably in a car and halfway to the border, and then, you know, but by the time they knew what was what, he was probably in Memphis, and that was the last time they seen him. June 15th, and no sign of him. And it was so weird. I've kind of heard about this. People have mentioned it to me. And then I covered it the other day, which was day 66. And then I was cleaning my computer, so I wiped all the stuff off. But here we are, day 68, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in chat. I believe it's day 68. And here we are. He went up, looked like he went up north. To Chicago, Illinois. Maybe he wanted to go protest. Who knows? And now he's apparently barricaded in the Seafood Junction. This is the only footage I could find so far. And this was a little bit earlier today. Probably about 2-3 hours old now. This restaurant here that we just saw is to the left of the seafood restaurant. And It doesn't make me wonder because, like I said, they believe he would be armed, whenever they came across him. Again, he's facing serious charges, for the girlfriend from last year. So this guy likely is not going to go quietly. And so here's that. And if you missed it, let me listen to the scanner for a minute here.
In front of the Hilton, I'll give you the cross road in a second.
And if you missed the press conference, I'll play that again here in just a second. But this is where he's in. It's a seafood restaurant. They moved this store over a little bit. So it's just a tiny little spot. I'm assuming it has a back exit, so...
120.
120.
Oh, I can't go behind it.
Can you show me meeting with the 172? He's got a situation order.
Yeah. Hey, 171, I'll take a code for 65 East Wacker because they gave you a disregard, and then I'll take a code for the reckless driver in your box as well.
Is that the Metro? So that would probably be the door.
MS call 15 fall and the reckless driver 19 fall.
Okay, just knock out those two disturbances for me.
So the only escape, the only exits would be a single door in the back. Maybe they have 2 doors per store. I guess it depends on how big the store is. Likely how small that one is, probably just 1 door. So he only has
one under,
2 ways to go. So
1812, repeat that.
Can you show us one in custody?
One in custody, 2143 on the
one
time.
in custody. That could be something else.
60 Adam 24. Hey, 60 Adam 24,
Yeah,
what's
that's
your
Alva,
location?
Michigan.
Sorry, there's a lot going on in chat. I'm trying to kind of keep my eye on it.
And 60 Adam 24.
Go ahead.
Are you clear to copy?
Yeah, give us a second. We're good.
All right, Jalen Veal, valid, valid ID and popping one for a traffic offense. It's good and Cook.
Oh.
I put it on the box.
Barricaded 36 minutes ago. This is 36 minutes ago. Let's see if there's any details on how they ended up in there. Joshua Zimmerman, who walked out of the county. Okay, we already know this stuff. He's currently barricaded inside that restaurant, surrounded by the SWAT team. It's an ongoing event. We don't have any further information at this time. So, man, still nothing. So they did have a press conference. If you missed it, I'll play that. It's pretty short. Oh, that's not the press conference. I'll play that while we just kind of look at the map here.
14th, Justin Smith. I'm the Chief Deputy of the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office. JUSTIN SMITH. Am I good? Okay. So since June 14th, Joshua Zimmerman's remained at large as an escapee from our courthouse. For the past 68 days, multiple law enforcement agencies have been trying to locate and apprehend him. This afternoon, we received information from the United States Marshal Service that they located Zimmerman in a restaurant in Chicago, Illinois. He's currently barricaded inside that restaurant and surrounded by the Chicago SWAT team. It's an ongoing event. We don't have any further information at this time about the actual events happening right now. We'd like to thank the Hernando Police Department, the South Haven Police Department, the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, the Memphis Police Department, the United States Marshal Service, and the Chicago Police Department for their assistance throughout this prolonged event. We ask the community to pray for everybody on the scene and for a safe ending and everybody return home safely, including Zimmerman, who we would like to have back into our detention facility so that we can gather the remaining facts surrounding his escape. As soon as we're informed of the outcome, as well as any information we can release surrounding the facts of the escape, we'll do so. I can take a few questions at the time, but I really don't have much about what's going on in Chicago.
Any idea if he's armed?
Not to my knowledge. We know that he's by himself in there. There's no innocent civilians. It's only Zimmerman inside the building.
That's good.
The name of the restaurant?
No, sir.
He's in a pizza parlor.
So what do you guys think? Let me know in chat. If he's in there by himself, there's no other people. Do you think they've seen a gun and that's why they're being, because obviously it's been maybe 3 hours at the very least that they've known he's been in there. Why aren't they bum rushing him? If it's just him, it's this tiny little store. Or could it be that they see him but they don't know if he's armed or not, and they don't want to take that chance yet until they're probably trying to negotiate. And something also tells me they'll probably wait until it gets dark, which obviously it's probably dark now. Of course, we saw earlier that they were there when it was daytime. We know kind of like with the O.J. Simpson, they kind of wanted to wait until it got dark until they made a move, because there was live TV, and just in case something bad happened, they want that cut on TV. Let me know what you think in the chat. Mike Lala, is that Lala? Mike Lala gifted in 1 Mob Crew membership to Lisa. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate that. For the members, I actually just put out a video. I have a paranormal channel I just started. I just do 1 video a week on that channel. But for the members, they get early access to that. So I just uploaded a video today. That's also for the Patreon. So great ways to support this channel. Got tons of content for members and patrons. But moving back to this, we'll kind of read chat.
That's a restaurant.
Yeah, that's a good question, Melissa. We don't know.
After he's captured, bring him right back here?
Our plan is to start extradition, and we're praying that he's captured and we can bring him back here and get facts.
Did the task force behind this say or mention anything about tips that have been coming to y'all?
No, sir.
That had led to this?
No, sir. Those are all questions for the Marshal Service. They're the ones on the ground with the Chicago Police Department. Clearly, this is well outside of our jurisdiction, but the Marshals provided us an update, and we wanted to pass that on to the public immediately.
When did they let you know this afternoon?
About an hour and a half ago. I think it was going on for about an hour before we were made aware.
There's been a picture floating around on social media of Zimmerman allegedly in the courthouse, no handcuffs on. Does the sheriff's office have a comment on that? Is that a real picture?
Yeah, that picture's real. That picture's real from the escape. It's a screenshot of the video.
Okay. Is there any investigation into that, him not having the handcuffs on?
Man, we've been investigating this for 68 days along with multiple other organizations. That's why we're excited to actually get a chance to sit down with Zimmerman and get some more facts.
Any idea how he got to Chicago?
No, sir.
Any idea where he was in between?
No, sir.
Given he's wanted in so many states, do you think
wow.
that he'll come here next? I mean, or Texas, or?
I really don't know. That's going to be up to meet out between different judicial districts. But I do know we will be talking to him. We will get facts.
Is there any update into the investigation into his actual escape? I know at one point, I believe his family members were people of interest in that.
Yeah, I mean, all of that's going to be on the federal side. I mean, there's been a federal component of this, a local and a state component of the investigation of his escape. So the things that happened in Connecticut, I believe that's what you're speaking to, is his mother. I do know that she was a person of interest at some point. I do not know the outcome of that.
Madison, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Anything else you want to say to the public? Why you have their attention?
Yeah. We appreciate the patience of the public, and we have. I mean, we've been
Wow,
intentionally
yeah, that
quiet
is
on
just right
this,
there.
waiting on facts to roll in. We try not to lob careless accusations in the public space when we don't have facts to speak to. So when we do get facts, those will be addressed accordingly.
I guess one more question. As you start the, I guess, questioning process, what are you guys looking for when it comes to when he does?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no kidding.
I'm sorry. I mean, we just want to talk to him. We want to find out what happened.
Gotcha.
I mean, we're parsing together information, and he's the center of that puzzle. So having him in our hands will give us some really good leads on how all of this transpired, and if he did have assistance or, any facts that we just don't know right now. There's only so much we can do without talking to him.
They sound really confident that they're going to take him alive, which, I mean, is great because obviously, we don't want anything bad to happen. But, yeah, so the protests, they have, I wish I could map it out, but, obviously the protests going on in this area. And look how close. I mean, it's just less than a mile, really, from the DNC Center. I'm just kind of trying to look at the map here, but I mean it's just right here, which is just so wild. I wonder if there is any kind of connection to that, if he was.
And I'll take one of my folks over there right now.
Part of the protest or something.
All right, 10. And then do I have an available unit to assist X-ray 130?
X-ray 130. I'll take one of my units. I got a post over there.
Oh, let me see.
All right, thank you. And X-ray 130, can you let me know who you end up taking?
Not
so
that
I
we
can
know
go ahead
of.
and add them to the same ticket as yours.
Yeah, 1 second. And where am I going to? I don't have a PDT today.
Cermak and
What's this guy
Wabash, Cermak
looking
and
at?
Wabash. The checkpoint is going to be on the
DNC
southeast.
Center.
And then just meet
kinda
Secret Service.
Look at the map here. But
Is that me?
It's just right here, which is just so wild.
60
I thought that was Crime with Bobby when I saw that. I'm like, oh, is that Crime with Bobby? Oh, it's me. Right on. Whoever
Yes,
posted
it is.
that, that's cool.
Going into 101.
60 Adam 24 10 4, and this is from 720 South Michigan.
Anyway, that's weird.
That worked.
All right, your time is 21:53.
So far, if you're just coming in, what do we got? 300, nearly 400 people in here.
1886 Eddie.
Yes, well, would there happen to be any Michigan Avenue units out here I could retrieve a battery from for my radio?
All right, 10. Retrieve a battery for 1886 Eddie. Any Michigan unit to retrieve a battery for 1886 Eddie?
X-ray 130.
X-ray 130.
Yeah, X-ray
And
122.
they're all the
Maybe over.
same.
X-ray 122.
All of them say the same thing. They all mention how he escaped and then that he's
Actually,
just
122.
in the standoff, but nothing else. Let's see if Nick the Hat has anything to say.
X-ray 122.
X-ray 122.
X-ray 122, can you please meet X-ray 130 at Cermak and Wabash, the checkpoint on the southeast side, to meet Secret Service, please?
Huh.
10-4.
1811.
Where is this at? This is
1811 shows transporting one for 1812 002 on the miles.
10-4, your time is 21:50.
get rid of that. So this is in Chicago, Illinois. So let's just kind of back it out here. Man, he made it up there pretty far. So
120.
let me turn them down just for a second. Sorry, guys, turn you down for a minute. Sounds like you guys are more focused on that protest. Probably a lot going on. So this guy, there's Tennessee there. DeSoto. Can't quite see it, but not a big deal. Anyway, he was in Mississippi for, which is really weird. I don't know why he got taken there, but escaped, went to Memphis. They didn't see him since June 15th. It's been over 60 days, and this guy went all the way up here. That's a long ways. And he's happened to be right next to, Huge protest going on right over here. And he is barricaded in this tiny little building.
Get him a battery. Where's he at?
7531 10-4, appreciate it. And then 1886 Eddie, what's your location?
Yes, well, I'm on Michigan. It's up here.
And right now, unfortunately, Google hasn't been there since 2018. So this is 6 years old, but more or less it's the same building. But he's barricaded in this. Nobody else is in there. I guess it's a seafood restaurant. It's not very big. There is, I believe, probably one exit on the back that we looked at. So there's only two ways in or out. And he's by himself. They got him surrounded, and it's been at least 3 hours. So it's really interesting. Like, why have they not gone in and just nabbed this guy up? Did they see a gun or something, and that's why they're maybe? I'm assuming if they're gonna go in, they're gonna probably go in, you know, with some kind of stun, you know, that's gonna, or concussion grenade or something like that. We've seen it many times before in previous standoffs, where they're gonna try to, you know, clearly stun the perpetrator. That way, if he does have a weapon, he can't use it, and they just bum rush him. So I do wonder why they have not done that yet. Nick was on Nick and Mel a bit ago. Do you know what he said? Did he? Because obviously, for anybody, you know, Nick's been following this case, but I don't think he's out there. I forget what state he's in right now. But unfortunately, he's not out there. You know, which was really nice when in the Danilo Cavalcante case. You know, it was really cool. To have him out there, you know, just going live all day, every day. It was pretty wild. Honor Secrets for a member for 2 months now. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the support. Mob Crew, map here. Oh. Okay. Copy link. This is the map where they're impacted areas. So this is where the protest is going on, and let me zoom in here because I can't zoom in on that map, but for some reason. So this is kind of obviously the red area, and he oh, won't let me zoom. Wait. Reset?
1886 Mary.
Oh, it's only gonna let me do it once.
1886 Mary.
Where's Madison?
Well, my radio is.
There's Madison. So he's like right here. So weird.
Alright, 1886 Mary. 10-4.
So that is it. Let's see if there's anything else. We got the scanner going. Sounds like they're really busy with the protest going on. Let me turn it back up a little bit.
Is that a NORA unit trying to?
Yeah, squad 1888 NORA. Our battery on our radio is also dying. Squad.
Alright, 10. Alright, do I 86 Mary? What's your location?
401 Michigan. 401 Michigan. North Michigan.
North Michigan, alright. Do I have any units that can drop off a battery for 1886 Mary?
He's already getting moved in on him.
7531 off his
Yeah.
7531 10-4, appreciate.
I totally agree. He has nothing to lose. Yeah.
And then the last unit that needed a battery?
Looking at
88 North.
death row.
1888 NORA.
What's your location for the battery?
So yeah, he has nothing to
600
lose. I
North
bet he
Michigan
doesn't go
squad.
down easy. Yeah.
Alright, 10-4. And then do I have a unit that can take a battery for 1888 Nora?
68 days,
Michigan?
yep.
7531.
What
Yes,
we'll do is we'll probably go another
All right, 10-4. I really appreciate it.
20 minutes. If there's
106.
nothing that picks up in the next
106.
20 minutes, we may...
Yeah, they have someone in custody. They're making all that correct.
We may call it.
We haven't been given any information in regards to anyone being in custody. Charlie Mary 1?
X-ray 142. We do have one detained.
Okay, 106, it looks like extra 122, they do have one detained. So the detained time is 22:01.
Okay, I'm going to head over that way in one of my cars as well. I'm going to give the sergeant a call.
They have one detained. I wonder...
Okay, 10-4. And then 106, let me know which one of your cars ends up going over there.
I wonder if that's related or if that's a protest.
106 Adam, you could just throw us on that ticket.
106 Adam 10.
But again, I do appreciate everybody coming in here
114.
and hanging out with us. I wish we had a live feed.
114.
But I'm assuming most of the reporters are over at the protest, which is literally going on right next door.
10-4. Available sergeant for 114, Spotify missing juvenile.
110.
110, good morning. I'm going to mark you notified for 114, Spotify juvenile, nothing unusual. And then 114.
It was in Florida, Pennsylvania, Connecticut.
14, did you want me to go ahead and pull the UCR code for that?
Yeah, if you're talking about Joshua, yeah, he had a lot of connections. He grew up in Connecticut.
Go ahead and give you John Henry 395.
Built a nasty rap sheet.
On event number 09982, 09982.
A lot of words I can't even say on the...
Yeah, John Henry 395 946 395 946. On event number 09982, 09982.
On YouTube.
Hey, can I have that place?
Yeah,
homicide,
you have the ear.
robbery,
First name
trying to think of the ones I
can't
can't say, but
Boy, Adam, Ida, Sam.
assault.
Last name is Boy Stevens. Boy.
I'm going to turn him down for a minute.
Ocean, Young.
Again, like I said, you name it, he's done it in Connecticut. So again, this is the only video we have.
Edward, Victor, Edward, Nora, Sam.
And that Chinese restaurant is right next to it, so that's to the left of where he's barricaded. I wonder if they point over at all.
Wearing a black t-shirt, black ripped jeans.
That door's open. I want to look at something. That door's open.
Beard mustache combo. Frequent area was 76 Stewart.
It's tough to tell. Can I go right here? Oh, it goes too far. Dang it. If I could go right here to get that same view. It looks like they have a door open right there. Actually, that's probably a good view right there. Lash. There's the lash right there. Okay. So... Okay, so he's got this door, so... Alright, so they're clearing out the buildings next to him. That's probably what's going on. Wonder if this video ever cuts to the actual building. Except for this one right here.
What is X-ray 122?
I was gonna see if I could maybe zoom in, see if I could. It's kind of interesting. They actually have that SWAT vehicle right in front of it as well. Let me play this one more time real quick. Oh, okay. Hold on. So you can see them. I mean, they are ready. What are they doing?
1811.
We landed at 18 with this arrest. 003 on the miles.
10-4, your time is 2206.
Sorry, guys. I am just gonna.
X-ray 123.
So he is in here, or in here.
Can you run a name right?
X-ray 120.
At the SWAT vehicle here.
Okay, nice name to be Stiff. Sam, Tom, Ida, Frank.
Nobody's in this building, if anybody's wondering. Nobody's in there, so thank God it's not like a hostage situation. There's one door in the front. There's one door in the back. It's got a fence, though. And I'm sure they probably got that barricaded. And covered, of course. Is anybody local? Anybody know in the chat? Anything else? Let me just read chat while I turn up the thing a little bit. I'm assuming the scanners.
And then 172, that's going to be from Monroe and Canal.
I'm assuming this Zone 4's got to be related to this area because obviously they're talking about the protest. And that is literally going on right in this area.
Canal, around 1926 hours.
10-4 squad.
Alright. That RD is going to give you John Henry 395948.
I don't think they're. I think he's done.
On event number 11954, 11954.
10-4, thank you.
They got
You're welcome.
X-ray 127.
a helicopter out there? That wouldn't surprise me. We could look that up.
Can you also run a name for me, please? I got a driver's license number.
Yeah, go ahead with the driver's license number.
Okay, they're running somebody's ID.
635-1640-1069. They should come back to.
I heard that.
10-4.
Okay, let me turn this down for just a second.
X-ray 123.
X-ray 123.
Alright, for yours, he's coming as a junior, no valid Illinois license, registered out of 9717 South on Green.
They say a 60-second delay.
Valid for Daryl Wardington out of Calumet City.
Yeah, I think 30 minutes is a little much. 60-second delay. That sounds about right. 1 to 2 minute delay. Chopper is up. Okay. We could look at that. Let's see what time it is. It's okay. This is one of those things where I know the second I stop my live, something happens.
All the ones.
I hate when they update their articles, but they really don't. You know, see how it says 14 minutes ago, but really it hasn't been updated since an hour ago.
All the ones, 111.
See, have I looked at this one?
Other ones, am I still holding you guys down over at 12 South Michigan?
12 South Michigan.
110.
111, it's your 19 call.
Man, they all have the same exact story.
Right, was 110 trying to come in? 110?
Yep. Oh yeah, it could be in connection to the DNC thing. That would make sense too.
But they're requesting a female officer for the transport.
I don't know why they would need a chopper, really, unless it was like a news chopper, you know.
121.
You know, because if he was still like in the on the run, like
you don't have a female partner, correct?
You know, if it was Danilo Cavalcante, you know, where he's somewhere in the field or, you know, something like that kind of situation where...
111?
111.
111, if you could actually
they know the area he's in, but they don't know exactly where he's at.
With that transport.
But this guy's just barricaded in basically a one-bedroom apartment.
Is there a unit with an emergency trying to come in?
I'm sure it's a little bit bigger. Probably a 2-bedroom apartment.
Is there a unit with an emergency trying to come in?
But
All right, 111, you copied?
111, 10-4.
Thank you.
make sure I don't miss any.
112, 111 is headed that way.
Char the Beach, I'm sorry I missed you earlier. Thank you so much for becoming a member and supporting the channel. You are so awesome. You are a legend, Char.
113. 113, just double checking. I'm still holding you guys down.
Down for.
All right.
I'm just reading chat here. What's this about the 30-minute? I mean, they may have changed it. How old I got rid of that, but I keep refreshing. Nothing there so far. Nothing on Facebook. Let's see, Nick the Hat. Maybe we'll put his name in, see if there's anything.
123.
Oh, hey. Wait, what?
23, am I still holding you down on Cullerton and Calumet?
Okay. Let's see what Nick has to say.
Right.
Looks like he did like a 2-minute video here. I don't know if I can play it. Why is it being weird? That's weird. I wonder if he's got bad connection or something. I've never seen that. Has anyone ever seen it do that? I've never seen a video do that.
For Joshua's.
Okay, let me try something real quick. I don't know if it'll work, but let me turn this down. Okay, you didn't see this. You're not seeing this. This is illegal. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. Oh, what? Oh, because it's a broadcast. Boo. Refresh it one more time. I've never seen a video do that on Twitter like that. It's weird, like how it starts to play. That's weird. Let me know if anybody's on their phone and can get that video to work. It's a 2-minute video. Be curious to know what he says. But it's let me oops. Oh, thanks, Karen, for posting the show. I appreciate that. Nothing on the main Twitter. I really wish we could hear what Nick had to say on that short little video, but clearly it's not working. Still nothing. Is this the one that we listened to?
Illinois. He's currently barricaded inside that restaurant and surrounded by the Chicago SWAT team. It's an ongoing event, and we don't have any further information at this time about the actual events happening right now. We'd like to thank the Hernando Police Department, the South Haven Police Department,
Video won't work.
the Shelby
That's
County
so
Sheriff's
weird.
Office, the Memphis Police Department,
So
the
weird.
United States Marshal Service, and the Chicago Police Department for their assistance throughout this prolonged event. We ask the community to pray for
that's
everybody
weird,
on the
huh?
scene and for a safe ending and everybody return home safely, including Zimmerman, who we would like to have back into our detention facility so that we can gather the remaining facts surrounding his escape. As soon as we're informed of the outcome, as well as any information we can release surrounding the facts of the escape, we'll do so. I can take a few questions at the time, but I really don't have much about what's going on in Chicago.
That led to this?
No, sir. Judicial districts.
Okay, so this is what I was just wondering, is this... Yeah, that's the old one. Yeah, this is weird. Like, if we... if anybody has dived into this case, like, look at these photos right here. I know it's probably hard to see. Oh my god, like, just covering his story, it's really fishy. Like, look, I mean, look how, it just looks AI generated. This whole guy, that doesn't look like a normal picture. It looks AI generated. Let me know what you think in the chat. And there's a lot of photos like that. And anyway, just because there's nothing going on right now, really. You know, supposedly theories are that he could be a kind of like a criminal informant, maybe working for the CIA. Maybe that's why they're not rushing in there, because he could be an asset to the government. There's some crazy rabbit holes when it comes to this guy here, because it stems from his escape. He got somebody helped him on the inside get out of that courthouse, and deleted the evidence. So there's some funky stuff going on with this guy here. And I'd say this looks more real. I don't know, man. The way he does the hair, man, it does look like it's AI. That looks real. But there's certain ones that look just kind of AI. Like, this is almost... kind of like AI-ish, because it's just got that smooth complexion, and then the cartoony kind of look to it. Anyway, it's a weird rabbit hole. Is this guy even real? Anyway. He's a man, a woman, a man. Yeah, it's a crazy. It's a rabbit hole for sure. If you've followed this case, I've only dug into it a little bit, but man, I just don't understand how they have not taken him. I mean, they've been there for hours now. Nothing. I can't believe there is nothing. Doesn't make sense. I'm sure he's a real person. Hold on. Like I said, if you go into the, it's weird. There's just some photos you look at. They kind of look like AI generated. If you, mess around with AI a lot, it's just really weird. And then basically kind of some of the conspiracy theory. Well, the theories behind him, again, being some kind of criminal informant, possible CIA asset, gang members, bunch of stuff. And then apparently the gang members are in a satanic cult. I mean, it gets really dark. And I've only just scratched the surface because I covered it a couple days ago. And it's really hard to find some of his past charges and before. I mean, really, when you look him up, everything comes up about him escaping, not much about before. It's really odd. Yeah, photoshopped, AI, a little bit of both. Yeah. What time is it? Go. I'm just gonna go a couple more minutes. I'm gonna try to refresh. I'll just recap one last time, and then, yeah. I know. The second I get off, I'm gonna get a text message from my mods or a friend telling me that they finally busted this guy. And they may have, and it's just taking a minute before they mention it. But one last time, he's in this building. This one here. This one's a T-Mobile store now. And so it's just this one building here. It's a seafood. I've got a picture right here of it. You can see the Chinese restaurant to the left, which is King Walk. And this seafood place here. And then they got T-Mobile to the right. Small building. Nobody else is in there except for him. Which is interesting. I wonder if he did have a weapon, he would have taken a hostage, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to know what transpired, how he ended up here, and why the hell it's been taking so long for them to take him. I mean, he's in this tiny little building. Again, it's no bigger than maybe a 2-bedroom apartment, It is like Cavalcante, and I swear sometimes after it'd get quiet in that with that case with Cavalcante, and then I'd be live, and then it'd quiet down, and I'm like, well, if nothing goes on, I'm gonna end the live because I don't want to sit there and just keep rambling over the same stuff, and then I end the live, and then I get a text message like 5 minutes later saying, "Oh yeah, now there's movement and stuff's going on." It's like, oh my gosh, go figure. Anybody in the chat know anything before Chris look at comment? Yeah, I'm gonna look at the chat one last time before. Yeah, I mean it seems that they were sorry, I got distracted. Yeah, it seemed like they were clearing people out hours ago with that video that I was just playing earlier. Now that could be, like I said, waiting for the dark just in case. That's so weird that doesn't play. Is there any comments on it? Nobody can play it. Nobody can play it. Interesting. Look at chat. I'm looking at chat. Yeah, let's hope it doesn't turn into that where like somehow he gets out. There's no way. But what are the chances that you got a protest going on? So I don't think he's gonna slip through. Wait, whoa, what's this? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Mom. Now the
Holy shit, that's loud. Okay, you just posted something new.
Joshua Zimmerman.
Custody yet. They do have him surrounded.
Oh, okay, here we go. All right.
An accused killer made the slip right out from under DeSoto County deputies a few days ago, and tonight Sheriff Thomas Tuggle admits he has no idea.
All right, what do you got, Nick?
Okay, guys, so the manhunt for Joshua Zimmerman has escalated a lot. In the past 12 hours, he is now in Chicago, Illinois, surrounded nearby the DNC. I'm on a quick walk, so I figured I'll give you guys an update. He's not in custody yet. They do have him surrounded in Illinois, Chicago. It's in the perimeter of the DNC. Like we said from day one, Zimmerman is out to do an active shooting. He's out to kill. He's out to make a name for himself. And what better place than the DNC, where world leaders are currently meeting. So if you are in that region near the DNC, lock your doors, secure your vehicles. Obviously, there is an escaped prisoner. in your neighborhood, and I think I'm freezing. It's probably the signal out here, guys. So I'll go live later if there is an update. Once he's captured, again, secure your doors, lock your home, lock it up, lock your cars. If you see something suspicious, call it in case he gets out of that. You never know. Again, guys, he's armed, he's dangerous, he's in Chicago, right by the DNC, and that's a problem because that's a lot of people out there. He could blend in. He can run in with the protesters. The place is very well surrounded right now. The U.S. Marshals have their task force, more than their task force. They have the Chicago task force. They have.
Okay, so somebody sent me a video. Awesome. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I don't want to show anyone's stuff, so give me a second, guys. Interesting. Let's see what we got. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Make sure it's good.
For Joshua, Zimmerman has escalated a lot.
Oh, it's the video we were just watching.
Now in Chicago, Illinois, surrounded nearby the DNC. Here, I'll give you guys an update. He's not in custody yet. They do have him Chicago. It's in the perimeter of the DNC.
Oh,
like
that's
we said
funny.
from day one.
I appreciate that, Jake. What are the odds? So he sends me a video. I was hoping it was maybe something out there actually on the streets, but I do appreciate that. But it's the video we just watched that Nick just uploaded, which really, nothing really new. Oh, wait. Wait, why is this up top now? Did someone just reset this? No, it's the same one. Damn it. Oh, wait, 50 minutes ago. Oh. Nope. I can't even get rid of that one. Dang, that got me excited. I don't know why that popped up at the top like that. Ah, that's so frustrating. I mean, look at that. This is 3 hours ago. I'm just going to play this one last time. This was 3 hours ago. So it's 10 p.m. That would have been 7 my time. That's what? Is that 2 hours? Either way, well, it doesn't matter. It's been 3 hours. Probably over 3 hours. I wonder what's going on. I think he must be armed. Anyway, I do appreciate that, Jacob, sending that in. That's funny. We were just watching it as he sent that in, but we don't know how long we could be waiting here, unfortunately. Yeah, I got the video. Unless there's another video, which is Nick. That's the one I saw. It was basically Nick, which is the one we kind of watched here. Really doesn't have any new information. Yeah, that could be what it is here. Yeah, this one here. Again, there's nothing, no information that we don't know. It's still, he's just surrounded. So, and who else is excited to go to bed? I am too. I've been, working on videos all day, and I was literally just starting to relax, and then I got a text message saying that he had been surrounded, and I was like, holy hell, what are the chances that I covered his story for the first time 2 days ago. He'd been on the run for 60 plus days, and it sounded like he could have been on the run for much longer just because he has connections. It'll be interesting to see what he did. But I keep refreshing, but there's nothing. We're on the hour. I want to keep my mods up, you know. I do appreciate the mods coming in here. Everybody else. Elizabeth says, I'll read some chat out before we go here. My opinion, this isn't going to end well. I hope it does. But yeah, I think there's a good chance he's armed, you know. A guy like that with nothing to lose, I think he's probably packing. Oh, let's hope not. Yeah, some people think he could just kind of get out and blend in with the protest crowd. That would be so wild. And then we're in kind of like a Danilo Cavalcante situation where we kind of know the area that the guy's in, and we have this perimeter set up, and somehow he gets through the perimeter, and then another day goes by, and then there's another sighting, or there's some surveillance footage that they come across that he'd been seen on the night before, and now they kind of know the next area he's in, and they get a perimeter set up, and it's an impenetrable perimeter, but then yet again he gets through it, because that's what happened with Danilo. So yeah, let's hope that doesn't happen. There's no way. I mean, there's two ways in, there's two doors. 3 hours though, man. I don't know. Maybe it could be one or two things. Maybe he's threatening to take his life. So it could be one of those situations. But yeah, I mean, there's got to be something, the reason why they have not moved in. I mean, it's nighttime now. It's weird. Yeah, I think he is. I mean, we don't know, so I can't say that officially. That's really just speculation, but I would think so. Because, but then again, they may not know. I don't know. It's terrible, though. I mean, it's good that they found him, though. I mean, it's not terrible. It's just terrible they've had to resort to whatever they're doing right now. Connie with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Connie. You are so sweet and a legend. Thank you for everything you do. I appreciate that, Connie. You are so sweet. Yeah, we listened to the scanner for a bit. It sounds like they're talking protests mainly. I pulled it up just to see if I can hear anything. But most likely, the second I get off live, give it 5 minutes, and he's going to be captured.
106 Adam, Atlanta, same old.
106 Adam, 10 for your time is 22:30.
So, anyway, if you guys want to know the scanner, let me just, if you guys want to listen, here's the scanner. You just go to Broadcastify. If anybody wants to go to this, I'll put that in the link in the chat. So if you want to go listen to that, again, he is Madison Street and Western Ave. Basically, he's right next to the protest. The protest is, let's see, where's Madison? Madison's right there. The protest is going on right here. Let me back it up a little bit. Yeah, so it's going on over here, right here. So if you're wondering where he's at, he's just kind of next door. And I think that's it. Just going to refresh one last time. One last time. And nothing. Man, that's frustrating. Wait, hold on.
Received information from the United States Marshal Service that they located Zimmerman in a restaurant in Chicago, Illinois.
After more than 65 days, the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office finally has a bead on escaped inmate Joshua James Zimmerman. He was found in Chicago during a police standoff. Hello, I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. That standoff happening only hours ago and is still active right now. WREG's Brian Didlake has the story.
He's currently barricaded inside that restaurant and surrounded by the Chicago SWAT team.
Deputy Chief Justin Smith says the search for Joshua James Zimmerman has ended. This comes after the DeSoto County Sheriff's Office was alerted by U.S. Marshals that Zimmerman was in a standoff with Chicago police. Multiple streets were reportedly closed due to police activity in the area. Smith says Zimmerman was eating when Marshals found him.
We know that he's...
Oh, that's interesting. That's new. So he was there eating. Very interesting.
That Zimmerman was in a standoff with Chicago police. Multiple streets were reportedly closed due to police activity in the area. Smith says Zimmerman was eating when Marshals found him.
We know that he's by himself in there. There's no innocent civilians. It's only Zimmerman inside the building.
It's been...
So they probably... So obviously they probably were onto him for a bit. And probably notified the restaurant itself, probably called them and said, hey, get your staff, do it discreetly and start exiting the building. That's probably what they had, I'm just speculating. If they had been following him and, been tracking him and then, told them, probably called the restaurant itself, had them kind of exit discreetly, and then he probably started to realize that something was up, and then barricaded himself in there. Because other than that, I think he would have taken a hostage, if not.
Almost 10 weeks since Zimmerman walked out a DeSoto County courthouse and disappeared. Surveillance video then leaking to the public showing Zimmerman in plain clothes.
Hey, Peggy,
no
good to see you.
No shackles, no security in sight.
There are civilians that are not part of law enforcement that had a leaked version of at least one of the camera angles.
During the investigation of Zimmerman's escape, deputies learned Zimmerman hitched a ride to Memphis before the trail went cold. The case attracting a high-profile bounty hunter, Dog the Bounty Hunter, after the reward to locate the escaped inmate jumped to $20,000.
Well, I'm a bounty hunter and I go after fugitives.
Zimmerman was in the DeSoto County court facing attempted murder charges, accused of attacking an older South Haven man who...
Dog hasn't aged a day. Look at that. Look at him. I grew up watching Dog the Bounty Hunter. That was when reality TV was, the thing to watch. And I loved Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Zimmerman was in the DeSoto County court facing attempted murder charges, accused of attacking an older South Haven man who hired him to work at his house last September. Zimmerman also faces charges in Texas for his involvement in the death of a woman in Houston.
This is the thing, is why he had stuff in... Connecticut and Houston and Texas. Why is he getting booked in Mississippi? That's the weird thing.
We've been intentionally quiet on this, waiting on facts to roll in. We try not to lob careless accusations in the public space when we don't have facts to speak to.
Deputy Chief Smith says the mystery behind Zimmerman's disappearance should finally come to light as deputies plan on extraditing Zimmerman as soon as possible.
We're parsing together information, and he's the center of that puzzle, so having him in our hands will give us some really good leads on how all of this transpired.
In DeSoto County, Brian Didlake, WREG, News Channel 3.
So at least one thing, I guess before we leave, I keep refreshing everything that I can think of. Still nothing. That is crazy. But the protest is over. That's good. Hopefully it wasn't too wild. I don't really cover the protest stuff because I try to stay away from, political stuff. But I hope whatever happened, people are safe. Elizabeth Meyer says he's probably hidden in the ceiling. You know what? I would not be surprised. They will do any. This guy has nothing to lose, so Patty says, I love Dog. I do. I grew up on it. I grew up watching him. I love Dog the Manhunter. Yeah. I know he's got some rocky past, but, you know, I like I said, I enjoyed the show. Alan says there's a helicopter flying over. I would pull up the flight radar, but I really don't want to keep my mods up late, unfortunately. But I do appreciate everybody coming in. If you can, hit that like button. You guys are awesome. If something wild and crazy happens, like, and it's, you know, if it's not just like, oh, bam, they arrested him and it's over, you know, if there's something like wild that goes down and there's still like, you know, something going down and there's somebody out there live, then maybe I might go live. But other than that, we'll probably just have an update tomorrow. So I do appreciate my mods, Copper Horse, Karen D, Jennifer. I don't know if Joss was in here, but I appreciate you guys. You're amazing. And then everybody, members, patrons, thank you for so much for the support. And with that, make sure I don't miss anybody. Thank you to the new members, and Connie for the $5 donation. You guys are awesome. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Wait. I'm going to do this one last time. News post 18 minutes ago. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, it's so weird though. It's so weird that it's still quiet. Kind of creepy. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys all. Be safe, and we will see you tomorrow. Members, I just put out the paranormal video, early access for my other channel. So if you guys want to check that out, if you haven't, check it out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments. And with that, I'm just going to end it. Again, thank you, mods. I love you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.